You know, from the car you drive to the phone in your pocket, almost everything you touch has been shaped by a machine you've probably never even seen. It's a piece of tech called a press brake, and it's what precisely bends sheet metal into, well, pretty much everything that builds our world. And it's at the heart of a multi-billion-dollar global industry that's right in the middle of a massive tech revolution. Let's get into it.
So let's just start with the headline number. In 2023, the global market for these machines hit $2.1 billion. But look, this isn't just about some niche industrial tool. This is a foundational pillar of modern manufacturing. That number? That's kind of the price of entry for making almost anything in the modern world.
So what's driving all that spending? Honestly, it all boils down to this one idea: precision metal forming. This isn't just about bending metal anymore. It's this relentless push to make parts that are way more accurate, way more complex, and to get it right on the first try every single time. This single idea is the why behind every dollar and every innovation you're going to see.
All right, so let's crack open that huge number. What are companies actually buying when they're putting money into this $2.1 billion market? What's it all made of?
Well, it's not just the big machines themselves, it's a whole ecosystem. Yeah, new machine sales are the biggest piece of the pie, for sure, but that figure also includes a massive aftermarket for parts and service, the super sophisticated software that runs them, the physical tools, the punches and dies, and even major upgrades for older equipment.
And man, this market has been on an absolute roller coaster. After everything kind of hit the brakes in 2020, demand for manufactured goods just exploded. This created huge supply chain headaches, but it also supercharged two massive trends. First, a big push to bring manufacturing back home, what we call reshoring, and second, a desperate, urgent need to solve a critical shortage of skilled labor. And those exact pressures, needing to produce more, closer to home, but with fewer skilled workers, that's what lit a fire under the industry. It directly fueled the need for the technological revolution we're about to dive into, which brings us to the great technology shift that's solving those very problems.
This quote right here, it just nails it. The market isn't just growing because companies are buying more machines. It's growing because they're buying better, smarter, and infinitely more capable ones. They are paying a premium for precision, and that premium is the real engine of growth.
Now, the biggest shift is in the machine's muscle. For decades, it was all about brute hydraulic force. But now the industry is moving to all-electric systems, and the difference is staggering. Electric press brakes are 2 to 3 times faster, they use about half the energy, and get this, they offer a level of precision measured in microns. We're talking thousandths of a millimeter. This is what unlocks the ability to make those super intricate parts for electronics and medical devices.
So, if the drive system is the muscle, the software is the brain. And this is exactly how the industry is solving that labor gap. An operator today can just import a 3D model, and the software automatically figures out the best way to bend it. It even runs a full simulation to catch any errors before you ever waste a piece of metal. It's like digitizing decades of experience into just a few clicks.
But what about the real world, right? Where materials aren't always perfect? Well, that's where the machine's senses come in. Using lasers that literally bounce light off the metal, the machine measures the bend angle in real time and instantly corrects it. The crucial thing here is that it doesn't just make a bend, it guarantees the bend is perfect, which pretty much eliminates scrap material altogether.
So we've got these incredibly smart machines, but who's buying them, and where in the world is the demand strongest? Let's take a look at the map.
If you look at the market by machine type, you'll see something pretty interesting. Traditional hydraulic machines, they still hold the biggest slice of revenue, mostly because of those massive high-tonnage jobs. But look at the growth. It's all happening in hybrid and especially all-electric machines. That's clearly where the future is headed.
And the demand? It is incredibly diverse. The auto industry, they need speed for things like EV components. Aerospace, they need absolute perfection because their materials are so expensive. General shops need flexibility and super fast setup times. And then you've got electronics and medical, which need machines that can handle tiny complex parts with insane precision.
Geographically, Asia-Pacific is the biggest market, no question, but it's in the middle of a huge transformation. China, the world's factory, is shifting away from just low-cost volume. Now, they're investing heavily in high-quality, automated, precision machines to upgrade their entire manufacturing base. Then you hop over to Europe. Here, the focus is all on quality and smart factory integration. This is the home of Industry 4.0, so manufacturers there want machines that aren't just precise, but are fully networked and can be dropped into completely automated production cells with robots.
And in North America, those two forces we talked about, reshoring and the labor crisis, they're creating a white-hot market for smart, easy-to-use machines. Companies here are willing to pay a serious premium for any technology that can make a new operator productive and productive fast.
So, where does this all lead? In our final section, let's take a look at the forecast and check out the next generation of this incredible technology.
The outlook is strong, with a projected compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of about 5%. This market is expected to jump from $2.1 billion to over $2.68 billion by 2028. To put that in perspective, that's over $500 million in new annual revenue being added to the market.
And that growth is going to come from machines that are less about bending and more about thinking. I mean, we're talking about fully robotic cells that can change their own tooling, AI that can adapt to tiny differences in the material instantly, and machines that use sensors to predict their own maintenance needs before they ever break down.
You know, this all leads to one final, kind of provocative thought. The ultimate goal here is a machine so intelligent it simply never makes a bad part. So the question becomes, what does the entire world of manufacturing look like when it finally gets there?